Hello, every political vigilante. Oh, the graphic. So, there was an article that was in the Boston Globe. It was an opinion piece by Tom Emswiller and William Eisenberg. Your government has a secret kill list. Is that okay with you? Basically, they are taking a story that was in the Rolling Stone magazine about this gentleman, Bilal Abdul Karim, who is an American citizen and thinks the government is trying to kill him, and he's probably right. And what this article goes into, and the link is in the show notes below, is really, if an American citizen commits a crime here in America, they're afforded due process. So, right? You have a chance at a trial, you have a chance to defend yourself, all of those things. If you're an American citizen in another country, you don't need to do that. The American government can just kill you, is basically what is going on here. So what has happened is this gentleman, Bilal Abdul Karim, resides overseas and is struggling to determine why he is apparently on the government's secret kill list, which targets terror suspects for drone strikes. Karim finds that objects in his vicinity tend to explode with some frequency, and he has taken the issue to court, arguing that the American government cannot blow him up without due process. And if you go into the details of the article, he shows it seems very clear that he is being targeted. He's even talked to some people in the Middle East who were like, yeah, oh, absolutely, you're on the list. So the point is, first of all, why is he on this list? But why is he not afforded due process even more so? Is he some severe terrorist? No, he's not. But isn't that the thing we pride ourselves on? We're America, we have a set of rules and laws, and we have democracy, and we have a court system, and all this stuff. Isn't that the whole point? You know, they made that movie with Tom Hanks about putting Nazis on trial, right? The Nuremberg trials. And what the point of it was sort of a propaganda thing of going, look, they're animals, we're not. We're civilized. There's going to be a trial. People are going to be heard. And that's what we're showing. The American way, how truth, justice, and the American way won. Democracy and right and freedom of rights, that won over a totalitarian rule. But we don't even give a shit about that anymore. Congress should act and pass a law that protects American citizens from extrajudicial killing by banning the executive branch from targeting American citizens for assassination. Further, here in Massachusetts, since this was written by the Boston Globe, and elsewhere, every candidate running for federal office should clearly state their position on the executive branch's assumed authority to impose a unilateral death sentence on their potential constituents. You see how dangerous this is when a president can just say, oh, this person gets to die. Our system of government was set up, right? There's 3 branches of government. The judicial, the representative, and the executive branch. But the executive branch can just do whatever they want. Now, this was put in place mainly by George Bush after 9/11, and Obama ran with it. And now we've got this wingnut in the White House who's going to be even crazier about it. And what do? Get America all scared, terrorism, 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 terrorism. And then now we can do whatever we want, and Americans will sign away their rights because we made them scared. Just get them a crazy scare tactic that'll just terrify everybody into signing their rights away. Due process is the right to be informed and the opportunity to be meaningfully heard before the government deprives you as a citizen of life, liberty, and property. The right to due process is granted to Americans by the 5th and 14th Amendments. It is a cloak that swathes Americans in a wide range of protections, from requiring access to an attorney when a citizen is accused of a criminal offense, to a period of public comment before an agency changes a policy. That's the beautiful thing about the War Powers Act and the Global War on Terror. We don't need Congress. We don't need any approval. Just one guy can just sit there at the behest of the war machine and just kill anyone. Obama did it. Bush did it. Trump's doing it. The policy of using drones to kill American citizens developed under President Barack Obama, most notably with the administration's 2011 killing of American citizen Anwar al-Awlaki. Democrats who might have criticized George W. Bush or Donald Trump for that constitutional violation stayed mum then and have since continued their silence. Now, al-Awlaki, he was tied to the Boston bombing. He was tied to one other thing. So yeah, he's a dangerous dude, but he was an American citizen. And the thing why we should all be scared about this is then the American government could just deem any of us terrorists. If Julian Assange was at an embassy in the Middle East, you better believe they would have drone strike that shit a long time ago. A long time ago. You see what they can do? They can just take any of our rights. It should make all of us terrified. It should make Republicans and Democrats terrified. But this is the problem. If you read this is the problem of the two-party system and the team mentality, right? When George Bush did it, everybody on the left was, oh, screaming, and everyone on the right was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. When Obama did it, the right was like, whoa, and the left was like, hey, it's cool, he's our guy. See the problem with that? The problem with this duopoly, this kleptocracy, run by a bunch of oligarchs and the military-industrial complex? The former head of the National Security Agency and CIA stated flatly in 2014, we kill people based on metadata. Oh, cool. An algorithm collates a series of mystery factors and decides whether someone is a terrorist and whether that person should be killed. Call it death by Spotify. An algorithm. So, I've been very critical of the United States government and the military on this show. Am I now in an algorithm? Because I've called them out for the war crimes of Yemen and their partnership with Saudi Arabia. Am I now considered a terrorist? Think about that. Think about that. And it's one of the things that as we start getting into the 2018 election and as we ramp up into 2020, these are questions we need to ask our candidates when they're running for office. Do you support this? The executive branch can just kill anybody they want, especially American citizens. If you're not in the States, we can just drone strike you. And how long before they start drone striking us here in the States if anybody rises up? If another recession happens and people can't feed their families, there's going to be a lot of rioting and a lot of protests. And the American government isn't going to respond kindly. They show no history of it. So it's something I would be concerned with. Thank you all for watching The Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Could use your help on the Patreon. Even a couple dollars a month really helps this channel grow. And please subscribe, because Google has been unsubscribing people. Thanks for watching.